Melaka merupakan bandara yang penuh bersejarah dan kaya dengan budaya. Known worldwide as a famous UNESCO Heritage Site. Let Kampung Kitchen show you more of Malacca's treasures. With the latest Isuzu D-Max X Terrain, you have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All you gotta do is connect your phone, and then after that, say for example, choose your Apple CarPlay, and it will come up on screen. And it's a 9-inch screen where you can listen to your songs, look at Waze at the same time, and have a comfortable and safe drive. Now, big tip for you who wants to go to places like Malacca, you come on weekdays if you want to see the real town come alive. Ayah, thank you. I've known this kakak for the past more than 7 years. I keep coming back. This is the beauty about places like this. It's small places that they remember you and you remember them. They share their stories with you. I'm going to start my Malacca journey with a traditional cup of kopi o while I figure out what do I want to do today. Malacca was designed as a very old city. A lot of old cities are designed in grids. Every single road is called Kampung Kuli, Kampung Tukang Besi, because it's named by the occupations of people or the trade that they do on that street. So this road is called Kampung Kuli, where all the kuli or the workers used to stay in. Jonker Street has always been a residential area from those days until now. It used to have a pasar, a market, churches. It was a community. But because people started moving in, tourists started moving in, everything started moving backwards. Jonker Street and its people comes alive behind these streets. This has been here from ages, from the time of the Portuguese, to the Spanish, to the Japanese even. But now, it's a little treasure for you to discover. Originally from Malacca.
Yeah, this is my hometown, my house, Kampung Kuli.
Kampung Kuli. You rasa Malaysia cantik tak?
Yeah, Malaysia cantik.
Malaysia
There
cantik,
are
kan?
many historical places. I hope your Malaysian can come to visit Malacca and other places. There are many historical places.
This is Masjid Kampung Hulu. It's one of Malaysia's oldest mosques. But the beauty about Masjid Kampung Hulu is the fact that it's situated right outside the main city centre. In the olden days, the people from Portuguese that helped rebuild this mosque. In the olden days, right, the people, they will actually use pails like this to take their ablution. And in those days, mosques will actually have little ponds like this to put water so that people can cleanse themselves before they walk into the mosque. This temple is one of the oldest temples in Malaysia. It was built on the street where next to the temple, you have the mosque. Until today, people still use this historical venue as a place of worship and calmness. Do you know that the Malay people community in Malacca, they are highly trained in making pyrotechnics? Let's go and find out. We're currently in Tanjung Bidara in Melaka, and one of the trade that the Malays here, from generation to generation, they've been making their own pyros using bamboos. And I've got Pakcik Ismail next to me, who's the third generation of pyro makers. A technology or a knowledge that was brought by the Japanese and then spread down to the local community, which until today, they celebrate making their own pyrotechnics. This special soil, which is called tanah busut. But in order to get tanah busut, these days, it's a bit difficult, right? So they use plasticine soil. And what they do at this current moment, they're making sure that the soil is packed and tight. And then at the end part of this part here, they're gonna make a hole here to start to light before they put in the 4 different types of mixture gunpowder. Those days, they used to have dig a hole manually, but now with the technology, kita pakai drill. So when you drill, right, this is where the fire starter is put into the bamboo. This was when you made the hole. You actually need to make it into a cone shape inside, so that ways for the fire starter to stand and the gunpowder to bury the fire starter by its side. Putting all this together will make your fireworks. So literally the fireworks or the display is actually coming from that. A bamboo this size takes about 3 fillings. So according to Pakcik Ismail, they were saying that this will not explode because that's why it's a firework. In Malay, there's a difference between bunga api, mercun and meriam. This is bunga api, pyro. Being once an international port, Malacca is really famous for mixed marriages and mixed races. You've got the Nyonya Baba, you've got the Chetty, you've got the Portuguese, but they also have the Mamaks, which are Malay married Indian, and their cuisines are wonderful. This time around, we took one step out in Bunga Raya in Kampung Jawa because we're gonna try original mi goreng mamak. You ready? Oh, there you have it. Oh, look at this. Ini kuah rojak. Do you see that? The smell alone, right, has the richness of peanuts. You got sesame seed, even in the kuali or the wok here. It's thick. You can't come to this part of the world, right, and not trying all this. And the best thing is, it's original. Oh, my lord. Rojak mamak, mi rebus mamak. You would say that when you come to Malaysia, you go to Kuala Lumpur, you go everywhere, oh, it's a lot of mamak shop. This is traditional mamak delicacies, which is rojak and mi rebus. We're going to look at the rojak first. It has like keropok, egg, tofu. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's a wonderful mixture of spices and it's a bit more sweeter. And they even have cut up chilies so that if you want it to be spicy and sweet at the same time, beautiful. Oh, the broth is a mixture of spices with potatoes and meat. The spiciness is just a nice hint of hotness and non-overpowering. Beautiful. The right combination. Yums. Look at this. They use newspaper to wrap up your hot sizzling mi goreng mamak. Look at that. Oh, the smell of the wok. It needs good heat. It needs good fire from the wok to achieve this. It chars the noodle a bit, but it doesn't burn. You taste the char. You taste the goodness in every single bite. It's simple, it's magical. I'm in heaven. Best place to see people and to see how thriving a city is in the most local neighborhood market. Let's go shopping. When you have all the fresh produce, right, you will be able to see the different combinations and the different flavors that the local people have. Especially being in Malacca, a lot of different influences opening in whatever that you see. Like for example, all these Chinese herbs and to different types of kimchis, shallots and all that brings out that Nanyang flavor that is very unique for Malacca. Initially, when we come to Malacca, the one thing that I really want to find is belacan. Because in Malacca, they're pretty famous for its belacan. It is on Pantai Klebang. So let's head out to Pantai Klebang and look for Jalan Belacan. If you want fresh produce, you've got to come to the source. My director calls this Jalan Belacan, but it's actually by the side of Klebang. All Malaysian cooking, from Nyonya to Malay, would use this beautiful umami tasting thing called belacan. Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Assalamualaikum. Wah, makcik tengah buat belacan ni, cik?
Ya.
The makcik is actually making prawn paste. Pakai udang geragau kan?
Ya, udang geragau.
This is the umaminess when it comes to making sambal. In fact, even certain curries use belacan. In Malay, this is called air tangan, or the water or the juices that comes from your hand. This is that special ingredient that makes everything taste good. You want to buy chenchalo, right? You need to find chenchalo which is this color. And look at this. These prawns, shrimps, right, are fat and juicy. Fresh shrimp. And then they put a bit of sugar. They leave it for a month plus, let it ferment. Oh wow. The umami taste of it is so strong. Yet, it doesn't give you that stinky smell. And because it's so fresh, it's fresh produce, you don't even see one fly. Nah, macam ni saya kasih saya 2 botol lah.
Boleh.
Being in Malacca, after meeting our little cute makcik, right, who sold us the belacan and the chenchalo, I thought, let's try the makcik's recipe of the nasi goreng or fried rice. We're gonna do a fried rice with a little sambal by the side. Let's begin. Okay, first up, we need chili. A bit of sugar inside, belacan. What you need to do first is you need to put it on top of piping hot heat. This is actually to bring out the smell of the belacan. Put the belacan in and blend. Okay, so after doing that, right, we're gonna add in tomato into our chili. Next, calamansi. And that. Now, the rinds of the calamansi. Mix it up. Oh, it's hot, it's spicy, it's sweet at the same time. Salsa ready? Let's do nasi goreng. First we start with the eggs. Put a bit of pepper to give flavoring. When you put water, what happens is your eggs will actually fluff up in the wok. But then, first up, right? Minyak aku mana minyak aku? First thing is, let's heat the minyak first. So, you want your eggs to literally not be too cooked, but just nice and fluff. See? Okay, done. Very simple Asian fried rice. Take a lot of garlic. Blend that. The next thing, scallions. This is to give a different texture and taste to it. Alright, just a bit of oil. A bit of oyster sauce. A bit of salt in there. A bit of mushroom seasoning. This is when the egg goes back inside. White pepper. Chuck in your scallion, and here comes your rice. The rice in, and you make sure that you're frying it. All the rice is covered with the egg. Bit of chenchalo here and there. We put this last. It's because we want to taste the shrimp taste. We don't want it too cooked because it's fermented. Sesame oil. Let's taste. the smell and the taste of the shrimp with the sesame oil. It brings out wonderfulness. Oh, yo, look at that. This is happiness. Your salsa. There you have it. Having this while you sit and you're just trying to wind down the whole white day. Makes everything wrong goes right. You know when sometimes you get back home and it's a tad bit too dark and you're afraid to go down? Well, you know what? With the latest Isuzu D-Max X-Terrain, they have the Follow Me Home light. Very simple. How do you activate it is make sure that your light is on auto. Turn off the engine, pull the lever for a few seconds, and as the light goes on, it helps you see. Worldwide, Malacca has always been known as this heritage site that has so many different types of culture, races, and history. But to me, Malacca is this melting pot of curry that has beautiful people from different ethnic backgrounds that has different tastes, different sights, and different sounds. And in all honesty, among all this wonderful heritage, if you sit quietly and just look nearer, you might just find hidden treasures that you've never found before. This is Malacca. This is Malaysia.
Cuti Malaysia.
Klebang is actually literally by the side of the South China Sea. No, sorry, one more time. Aku tak habis South China Sea. Selat Melaka. You don't hear people going, okay, take picture. Tapinya kalau tu di Kampung Jawa, West Bangannya bukan ni makan nasi kembang. Ya ampun. Gyun Fireworks. Oh my god. Padahallah director saya cakap, kau nak beli belacan Baki? Jangan beli kat market. Kita pergi dekat Klebang. 10 kilo gagau. Kan? Producer, you got bring extra money. I only brought money for belacan. Hang pula. Hang tu orang Perak. Wah mau beli barang. Wah minta anti duit. RM7.6. That is situated right outside the main city centre. Yet there's so much stories behind it. To a point where in the olden days, you had wah punya telur putih. Ini telur ayam kampung.
Wait a minute.
Minyak aku mana minyak aku? Run. You go and buy minyak. Ini Kuali kasih lap. Mana awak punya blender? Lu punya laki kalau ketiak bau busuk, kan? Makan ini. Nanti ketiak you wangi. Adik, belakang sikit. Belakang sikit. Melaka merupakan bandar yang penuh. Ui!